Alright, so we're making another quick little video here where we're just going to talk about a phenomenon which is this is the phenomenon of stupid people, right? So we have people that are stubborn and stupid. I mean, there's really no other way to put it, but here's just a quick little breakdown of how some things, seem to. Just turn up the brightness here. Whoa, okay, that's too much. Alright, we go. So, here's the thing is that we have people, right, who are stupid, you know, and they are all around us, and they don't listen to logic. You understand? Well, they don't understand logic, right? So they don't utilize logic. Now that's actually a trait of Moon in Aquarius, in real astrology, not in tropical, which is not scientifically based upon facts. So actually, this idea, right? You might have somebody, right, that wants to say, right, sidereal is inaccurate. Most people aren't stupid. Most people are probably not stupid, right? Some people are really stupid. So, a lot of people actually, when they find out about sidereal, they realize, oh, this is real, this is true, and they're able to kind of like look into it and realize what signs might have explained their tropical chart when they realize that the tropical chart is, like I said in the last video, basically as significant as saying that Geminis go to Walmart and Virgos go to Hannaford, Sagittarius go to TJ Maxx. Well, like, if you go to TJ Maxx, you're a Sagittarius. That is literally the same thing. They're saying if you're born within the first 20 days of a month, like, you're a Gemini or something. It's just not accurate. There's no evidence suggests this because real astrology was based upon astrology. So, right. So for someone to, try to, let's say hypothetically say, my sidereal chart, I have a Aquarius moon. I think in the tropical, right? Your little tropical chart, I have a Pisces moon or some shit, Cancer moon or some shit. I don't even know. It's like completely just like some stupid shit. But here's the thing. It kind of actually makes sense, right? Because I don't care. Like I don't give a fuck, right? Like I don't care if you think that I don't care if you don't believe in sidereal astrology, right? Like I'm making this video and explaining the scientific facts and the actual metacognitive, as well as the correlative anecdotal evidence, but whether or not you choose to believe that, like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna write it in my diary and like, well, I mean, if you're a fucking Venus and Leo, you might, right? Dumb. But the yeah, so I don't give a shit, right? But I that's what my chart says. I have Aquarius moon, and so for somebody to say like, oh no, you don't, you have a Pisces moon because that's tropical, right? Well, okay, cool, but I really don't care, and I actually really just don't care at all. Like, so that's another like component. Whether or not you believe I'm Aquarius, I still don't care. So, um, but with that is a phenomenon and a fundamental, thing that can be unpacked here, which is that when you look into the concept of people, right, and especially if you're doing something, right, like for me, I play drums and I rap on my channel, 28 raps and 28 drums, and so I, you know, have been noted as the best drummer in New England. Um, like what, 10 years ago, right? So, and since then, I've only gotten better, right? So when I was, in high school, I was, whatever. But since then, I've just, been improving and working on my own stuff, right? Um, and working on getting stuff together to release it. So another thing, right, is like, again, the reason why this is relevant, right, is because it kind of explains who I am, right? So when you have somebody, anybody, it doesn't have to be me, who is doing something, right? If you're doing something that is out of the norm, you're not going and, going to bars and, getting trashed and then wasting your time on, what I'm saying, like gossip and, stuff that's just like, superficial and not true. And um, so, uh, so yeah, so see, here's the concept though, is it basically, so people, um, seem to like have a problem with you, right? So it's like they have a problem with you doing something, or like for instance, they care, right? So somebody cares about whether or not I believe that I have moon in Aquarius, right? So like for example, so if somebody chooses to believe in tropical astrology, right? I do not care. You know what I'm saying? I don't care that they believe in tropical astrology. If you believe in, um, you know, tropical astrology, or if you don't believe in astrology at all, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But the concept and the phenomenon is that people do care about what you think. So I don't care about what you think or what anybody else thinks. And there's people in this world, there's a lot of them too, well, maybe not, who care about what you think, right? So if you think something, right? So, like, let's say you think you're going to go to the gym later. Now, this is like probably like a less likely thing, but just as an example of how stupid this is like me thinking I'm going to go to the gym later. And somebody is like upset. They're upset. They're PMSing because you're gonna go to the gym later. It's the same fucking thing, right? Which is that I believe sidereal astrology is the only accurate system, and I don't believe the tropical astrology has any relevance because it doesn't have any scientific basis for why the dates were chosen and assigned, right? And I'd much rather just go by based upon the constellations, which I already made a video for talking about how for me that is nail on the head because my entire life I never believed in astrology because people said I was a Cancer, and I was like, Okay, you know what I'm saying? Again, I didn't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't believe it because I was like, I'm not, simply not emotional, simply not nurturing, you know. But see, the thing is that they are PMSing like a bitch, throwing a hissy fit because you believe something about yourself, like, right? And that's a symptom of stupidity. It's a symptom of somebody who is willing to destroy themselves to try to destroy somebody else. But as long as you protect yourself, they'll destroy themselves, right? So, yeah, so it's a psychological disease. Let's ask ChatGPT. Somebody who cares about you think about yourself, but you don't care about them. Right, so this is a sign. This is a sign that somebody is a hater, is what ChatGPT says. Um, a detractor, somebody who is set out a goal to try to diminish you and try to stop you. They're fixated on you. They're strongly preoccupied. They're preoccupied with you. They spend mental energy on you. Well, you barely think about them. Like, and that's the thing, right? Is they're fucking running around in circles all day. Like, ah, you're not this. You're not a moon in Aquarius. You're not a Gemini. You're not a moon in Aquarius, right? I'm here sitting here like whatever, making videos, even just teaching people about this, like because I'm doing my own stuff, working on my business, working on my music, working on my other goals, and I'm like, whoa, oh wow, that's, in retrospect, that's crazy because that aligns perfectly with my sidereal astrology, right? And you got haters, you tell about this, and or if you do or you don't, right? Or if you have people that are stalking you, which is totally real, right? Look, Karen Stewart. Of course, it doesn't pop up. You see that? Of course, it doesn't like pop up. Yeah, but right here. So look, looky here. Karen Stewart, NSA whistleblower, real gang stalking victim. Go watch that. Why? What am I talking about, huh? Oh, well, I'm just simply talking about Karen Stewart, who officially worked at the NSA and has talked about what that gang stalking is a thing, and specifically, she mentions that it doesn't have to be somebody with influence, doesn't have to be anybody. It could be nobody. But the point is that this is going on, and it can happen to people who are literally nobodies, and it can be done by your own neighbors. And guess what? This lady worked, officially high up in the NSA for, quite some time. So take it from her. Don't take it from me, right? If I tell you I'm gang stalked, X, Y, and Z, right? Maybe I was. Maybe it ended. But, what I'm saying? That's not the topic of conversation. I'm just simply showing you a fact. Simply showing you the facts, right? And you make your own decision because I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what you think. You understand? So you can make your own decisions. Because I'm not a hater. So whatever you decide to post in the comments, I just want to let you know I am not preoccupied with you. I will not think about you for more than the 2 seconds that it takes me to read your comment. Um, Nor will I ever give a fuck about you unless you're not a hater and you actually use statistically verifiably accurate, factual based response of a comment that actually has substance, right? Unlike, something like a Venus and Leo would bring into the conversation. We just made a video about dissing Venus and Leos because they're pretty shitty. What I'm saying? I would like to see a Venus and Leo that has, you know, healthy traits of not being stubborn and not being super arrogant. Anyways, right there. They live in my. If you're describing the dynamic yourself, what's it? They're more concerned. They're more concerned with my self-image than I am with their opinion. Yeah, no, that's really what it is, though. So, somebody that is right, they're more concerned with how I see myself than I am with their opinion. Um, oh, it's asking me if I'm looking for a rap bar phrase. Yeah, no. No, I just wanted to show you that, so somebody who cares about what you think about yourself, but you don't care about them at all, right? So, again, they want you, as I'll say this too, they want you to care about them. Mm, mm. Well, here, little narcissist, you sad that I don't care about you. You sad that I don't care about your non-statistically accurately, verifiably factual opinion. Facts. Well, I don't. Um, they want you to care about them. Oh, right. So it says, no. We'll conclude this in just a second. Let's just read this real quick. Attention seeking. So somebody that's doing this is attention seeking, validation seeking, recognition. Why? Insecure. Oh, you don't like yourself. Well, everybody knows that, obviously. Somebody who is hating on you obviously probably hates himself. But here's another thing, too. They're trying to seek status. They want to feel superior. You know what I'm saying? Okay, we're not looking for rap bars. I don't know why ChatGPT is giving that. So, alright, so in conclusion, I mean, we would hypothesize with a we would hypothesize with what's that? What? Yeah, you know that. So we would conclude with, a very high likelihood, right? Statistical likelihood. So we'll conclude that there is a very high statistical likelihood that that person we speak of is a beta male. Okay. So, alright, we gotta go back. So, we would conclude that those traits lead us to believe that person is a beta male. Yeah. No, because you could say that those traits are consistent with what people call a beta male. somebody who seeks another person's approval, somebody who also lacks confidence in their self, right? So they want to get validation out of you. Somebody who follows rather than leads, right? And somebody who is unsuccessful with dating, right? And that's literally what they all are. Do you see what they do? They date people and then they get dumped and then they just fucking bitch about it, you know? That's literally just how their life goes. Alright, so yeah, that's it. Peace out, homies.